Okay, the last thing I want to touch on is just timing. A lot of the times you're going to get a worship chart that's going to look something like this, and it's never going to feel as secure as having just the bars and knowing exactly when and rests and all that stuff. So how do you know when to play? How do you know when not to play? What I like to do for my band is I'll add in some measure markers like this. And so anytime there's some type of weird like chord change or transitional chord inside of a bar, then I'm going to write out something in the intro for my own benefit as much as anybody else's. But really, you can also figure out where in the song they're stealing it from, because a lot of times they're stealing it from somewhere else. So in this case, they're stealing. You can even hear in Chris Tomlin's version that they're kind of stealing a lot from this chorus right here. Some type of synth that goes, "The angels cry, holy, da 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 da, 1,000 generations falling down in worship." Okay, so there's some type of synth that kind of gives you a clue that in this case it's pretty easy to figure out, oh, they're just stealing the chords from the chorus. Now, that being said, typically you want to look, especially if you're getting your music from CCLI, you want to look at exactly where the chords are in relation to the lyrics, okay? And that's gonna tell you a lot about the timing of your chord changes, okay? And so in verse 1 here, 1,000 generations for falling down in worship. Okay, so I know that the C, the very first C in verse 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know that because the chords are exactly over the place where they should be played in the lyrics. Okay, and I know how the melody goes. All right, 1,000 generations and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm counting in my head the beats that I'm playing. Okay, now it gets a little trickier on the chorus when you have this measure where it's 3 beats on F and then you get to the A minor 7. Okay, and that you just have to listen to the recording, listen to the instrumental, and figure it out. Unfortunately, that's what you have to do. And the angels cry. So I don't come into cry until right there over the word cry, because that's the beginning of the measure. 1, 2, and the angels cry, holy. 1, 2, 3. So it's, and the angels cry, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so really you have to pay attention, and any time that there's an instrumental, back in the day it was Oceans, you really have to listen to the recording, and you have to listen for those chord changes and figure out exactly when you're supposed to be doing those chord changes to make sure that you're with the band and you don't get lost in the midst of all of this. But for the most part, once the lyrics come in, you're watching to make sure that you're landing those chord changes right on the place in the lyric where the chords are written, and that's how you're supposed to figure it out. So my blessings to you. I hope that this course was helpful to you and helps unlock your brain a little bit in understanding how songs are written and communicated. This is really a great way for a band to know what's going on, okay? I know it's a little bit frustrating for a pianist to know what's going on, but as far as the rest of the band is concerned, it can all fit on one sheet of paper and everybody can be together And then from then on out, if you develop your ear a little bit better, and you're able to pick out some melody lines and themes and stuff like that, it's all going to be inside the key. It's all going to start to make sense. And using that little bit of number system and those little tiny hints of like, on a 4 chord, a 2 sounds good. On a 5 chord, a 3/4 suspension always sounds good. On a 6 chord or a 2 chord, adding a 7 will always sound good. Those little things, as you continue to play and as you continue to experiment, that will really, really come in handy.